Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entretejidos Crochet. I just messed up my own intro, but okay. Entretejidos Crochet and Lori's Crafty Corner, where I try and mix crochet and scrapbook together. And today's video is going to be more towards scrapbooking because I'm going to try and organize all of these layouts. I don't know how many layouts there are. I am messaging my mom and my aunt and they're like trying to guess how many layouts are in like that particular box back there. It was heavy. Like I'm not kidding. It was like I matched it up with being as heavy as Amy, our dog. It was that heavy. So we're trying to gauge how many layouts there are in each of the boxes. But not only do I have 3 boxes and they measure 23 by 16 by 12, so they're big. Not only do I have those, I have 10 scrapbook albums plus a stack of layouts that I just don't have a box or an album for that. Now, why do I need them organized? Because I want to get back into designing layouts for, scrapbook layouts. I love crochet. It's my go-to happy place. However, before I was creative and crafty with crochet, I was creative and crafty with scrapbooking, and I really want to get back into it. And the first thing that I should probably do is organize these layouts by date. That way I can have an idea of what I have already documented and go from there. I am going to try and develop my albums by year, and I think I'm gonna start off when my husband and I started our relationship, which was back in 2020, not 2024. It wasn't last year. 2014 was when we started our relationship. So go from there. And if there are gaps between documented photos, I'm gonna try and see if I'm gonna make another layout for those missing photos or missing memories, or add in a pocket page for more pictures. In order for me to do that, I'm going to have to see what the damage is, see how many, well, not see how many, but see what I have to work with. So this part of the video, I don't know if it's going to be a 1 and 2 part thing. It really depends on how much I get done in each step. Because the first thing that's going to be like off what we start off with is taking everything out. I'm going to focus on getting all the layouts that are in the albums, pull them out of their pages, out of their page protectors. And then we're going to shift the camera because the second step is start dividing them up by date. And the date that I'm going to go with is the date of the photo. Not when I designed that layout and so on and so forth. Because I do have some layouts that are, I believe I have a couple of me as a baby, so those are going to go into their own category. The third step is going to be what layouts are repeats, or more to the point, what pictures are repeated. Sometimes I would love a picture so much that I would create a scrapbook layout with it once, twice, 3 times, and I kind of have the same photo documented multiple times. In those cases, so I'm gonna filter through these layouts per year, and if I have a similar thing that I have the same photo repeated in different layouts, I'm going to keep my favorite layout of all, however many they are, and then see if the photo is of my son's, maybe I'll gift the layout to my mom or to my mother-in-law, because at one point I did gift them their own 12 by 12 albums. So when, So whenever I would make a new layout for them, that was the gift. It was the layout of memory that was documented. Which step are we on already? I think 3, which is filtering out. The 4th step is going to be organizing each of those years in order. And the 5th step, which is kind of up in the air, how I'm going to go about it is, okay, now they're all organized, what memories I need to fill in, and then are these going to be placed in an album, or am I going to have to go back to the boxes? I know I'm gonna have to use the boxes at some point because I only have 10 12 by 12 albums. I don't have the space to store a lot of 12 by 12 albums. Step 5 and 6 are going to be further down the road. Let's just start with the organizing part. So now we're going to go into a time lapse. I already have my coffee, although you can't see the name, but here it is. It's a good day to crochet and to organize scrapbooks, because it is. And yeah, so let's go into our time lapse and I'll jump back in and talk about what I have been able to do. Hi friends, it's Editing Lori, and we are just getting over a cold, which is why I kind of sound a bit stuffy, but right now I'm just pulling out all of the layouts from the page protectors and kind of showing off a few of some of the ones that I've been able to make. And fun fact, some of these layouts have been featured in Scrapbook and Cards Today's magazines from a few years back. And if you're interested in looking at how these layouts came together, just search on my YouTube channel. You kind of have to go a bit way back to find the content, but it'll be there. This process got a bit tedious at one point because most of the page protectors are top loading, but some of them were side loading, but we did get through it, and here we go. So this is going to take a while because even though it's a time lapse, I did film 7 minutes of just pulling things out from 2 albums. It is going to take a while for me to pull them all out, especially since I noticed that I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, and kind of getting distracted. But it's also going to be a while into the fact that I'm going to have to like organize these and whatnot, because from 2 albums, I pulled out 41 layouts. I have 8 more albums to go before tackling the boxes. Quite a bit. Now that I've taken a small break, I am going to continue pulling these layouts out. After I'm done with that, I am going to starting. Wow, that's precise. I'm going to start making the year piles. I'm gonna grab some Post-its and then write the date on it so that I can keep a better track of how many layouts there are per stack, and we'll go from there. Now that I've seen this is definitely going to be maybe a 3-part series sort of thing, because maybe the first 1.5 videos is going to be like organizing it, and then I tried to show you some of the layouts that I made, but I got the idea to sort of have a 3rd video, like once I'm done with all the organizing, this is what I need to do sort of thing. I'm gonna do a 3rd video, which will only be showing off all my layouts. But it's definitely going to be a sort of like a body doubling sort of video when I do release that. I'm a bit emotional as well because the 2nd album that I pulled out was mostly my baby boys. Can you not? Like, look at that. Look at that cute face. I'm gonna sound very cliche-ish and whatnot, but they do grow up really, really fast. Oh, the other thing that I'm going to try and do after or at some point when I'm organizing them, the other thing that I plan to do is some of the things have been falling out. So I'm gonna have to grab my glue. I also noticed, and I did that on purpose, kinda. It was mostly because I was lazy. But I did leave the barcodes on some of the papers. So if I'm going to put them in an album, you know, in the page protectors, they're not gonna fit. So I'm gonna have to do like a little quality control sort of thing, sort of session with them. I'm excited, I really am. And I know I say this about a bunch of things like, oh, I'm excited to make this, I'm excited to do this. But this has been like a project that's been sitting in the back of my head, like, you should do it, you should do it. And then now that I'm finally doing it, it's like, yes, let's do everything. But I know that I need to keep a certain order, certain organization, because then it'll be chaos. Although we do love crazy crochet chaos, we also love crazy scrapbook chaos. But I'll update in a little bit. We're back. The lighting has changed a bit. Now it's mostly towards the back, which is kind of why it's a bit dark. Like, hopefully I'll be able to show you what I've done because we have some progress. So I pulled everything out of the 10 12 by 12 albums that I have. Now, of those 10 albums, one was entirely full of pocket pages or like page protectors, so there weren't any layouts there. The other one, there was another one that was full of pocket pages that I had already started to document our years in. And then another one was full of layouts that don't have any pictures in them. So technically, out of the 10 albums, 7 of them had layouts. And I ended up with 151 layouts from those 7 albums. Of the little stack that was not, like, it didn't have anything, I got 36 layouts. So far, right over here, I have 187 layouts from there. Excuse the blanket ladder that I have there. I was taking final photos of my blanket just so that I could start the tester call for it. I have 187 layouts and I still need to tackle the boxes. So yeah, I'm kind of really interested to see how many layouts, because if in those 7 albums I got all of those, just how many layouts are going to be there. So the next update, I hope to have the final tally of all the layouts that I have so far that I need to organize. And I think for sanity's sake, I think I'm going to pull everything out and then put everything back in, but like newer items, place them in the boxes, but already like divided up by year. And so I can like start working on the oldest things. I think that's what we're going to do. So next update will be how many layouts I have, and maybe hopefully show off that I've been able to work on the stacks. I keep getting distracted. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I remember when I made the layout, and then I remember the memory, like the moment that that picture was taken. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll update in a little bit. This is just for like dramatic effect. This is one box. Here's another box, kind of giving you a little bit of an aerial look, and the third box. Okay, let's pull these out.
This part was actually really fast and really easy to do. So I started out by pulling each of the layouts out of their boxes, and I'm counting the layouts as I'm going. Now, we've established that my counting skills are not the best, but of the 3 boxes, plus the layouts that I had already pulled out from the albums, I was able to finish with 756 layouts. So it was almost 600 layouts in these boxes. Yeah, but the next footage is of me.
Please excuse the lighting, but all 700 and whatever-ish layouts have been organized by date. 213, 214, well, not 2013, I can say the year. 2014, 2015, 2016, 17, 18, which is by far the second largest, tallest stack. Then 2019 is right over here, and this nice pile is also 2019. So I think I'm good with 2019. After 2019, we have 2020 over here, 2021, 22, 23, and 24. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the boxes and I'm going to start putting these layouts from, I'll start at 2024, then put 2023, and so on and so forth until I'm all organized. But I have a really big pile, almost as big of pile as this, that are all the layouts don't have any dates on them. Which is kind of like, it's my own fault. I should have, as I'm making the layouts, I should pretty much include the date, but now I know, right? So that, I would probably put it in its own box so that once I want to start creating the albums, I'll put in the new layouts, so to speak.
Okay, so update time. I am stuffy because we just got over. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like a really bad flu or a cold on steroids, but after being like 5 days out of commission, we are finally feeling better. So my update is that after I was able to make all the layout stacks, I placed them in these 3 boxes, which are the same boxes where they were mostly stored in, which just goes to show that I could have organized them better for them to all fit there. I do have a little like plastic tote box where I have some layouts that don't have any dates on them. Now the plan is, and this will be rolling into our next video, is I'm going to place the dateless layouts in order, and I'm going to start organizing, start working with what I have. So for example, the top one, those are layouts from 2013 to 2018. Box number 2, 2018 to 2019. Those 2 years were the years that I made the most layouts. So I think I'm good in documenting things from those 2 years. And then the last one has the tail end of 2019 all the way up until 2025. So the course of action is, once I organize the dateless ones, I'm gonna grab the first box and pull out the first year. I believe it's 2013, I'm gonna organize them in per month and then see if I have anything in between to date. However, I want to start documenting more in depth from when my husband and I started our relationship, which was in 2014, and go from there, because that's when I started documenting a bit more. If I do have some layouts with pictures from before that, but I don't think I'm going to create like their own album for it, if that makes sense. So I'll officially start my albums on 2014 and go from there. The idea is to see if I missed any memories that should be documented. If those memories are layout worthy, kick them out with, well, not kick them out, but you know, I can knock it off the list with 1 or 2 layouts, or if it's more for like a pocket page, and then we'll go from there. As I'm documenting all of this, I'm super excited. I did get really emotional because I did see a lot of pictures when my boys were really young. They're still young, but you know, when they were babies, and it just brought back a lot of memories, and it just made me realize and, you know, think that this is something that I should get back into doing and documenting my life. As I'm going through this organizing and scrapbooking endeavor, I'm also going to be filming the flip throughs, if you will, of the layouts that I have, for 2 reasons. One, so that if you just want to see, oh, this is the inspiration sort of piece, that's amazing. And if you want to see how it came together, the video will be, it'll be somewhere back, like way back in, on my YouTube channel. It'll also serve as, I want to get these layouts digitized. So I do plan on taking a flat lay picture of the layout so that I can then save it, because not that I'm planning for, you know, any sort of disaster, but you know, things could happen. And if at some point, I know they'll be there, I know I would have the process videos, but you know, kind of have them digitized and have like their own folder where they can be like, okay, so I want to look at my scrapbook layouts that way. So yeah, so stay tuned. I don't know how many parts this video is going to have, like this sort of process is going to have, but I hope you enjoy it. And you know, if you know someone, if you're a crocheter and you know someone who scrapbooks, share the video. If you are a scrapbooker yourself, enjoy and comment. But I'm going to end today's video here so that they don't get too long. And I will see you next week with another scrapbooking organizing video.